In this one, we're just going to add a concrete material to our base. So let's get started. So I'm going to switch back on the roof layer, and my base object is on that. So what I did was I went to Google again and just had a quick search for concrete, and I'm just going to use a concrete material for the base of this. Now I'm going to use the same process I did last time. I'm going to get an image texture. I'm going to run it through the bitmap material and export the different maps based on that. Now you can go to maybe textures.com or Polygon or one of those. You do get certain maps with them, okay, and they work very well. There's also an add-on for GIMP that lets you create a normal map. There's also an add-on called Insane Bump that lets you create 4 or 5 different maps, and they're worth checking out. But for the moment, I'm just going to go ahead and UV unwrap this and just add that material. So I'm going to tab into edit mode, and I'm actually going to press the / key just to isolate this object. And if I press A once or twice to select it all, I can press U and Smart UV Project and click OK. Now, if I zoom in here, you can just take a look. Okay, so it looks a little bit narrow here in relation to the rest of the mesh. Okay, so what might be the problem if I tab back to object mode and come up the top here, I can see that my scale is non-uniform, and that is, it's been scaled and that new scale has not been applied. So we need to apply it. So I'm going to press Ctrl A and I'm going to choose scale. Okay, and now you can see we have a scale of 1. It's important to do that with the objects. It can affect certain things such as modifiers, material, etc. Okay, so I'm going to tab back into edit mode, and again, if I press A once or twice, press U. I'm just going to do a simple Smart UV Project again and click OK, and you can see that updates and it fixes that small issue of scaling. Okay, so if I tab back to object mode, I'm going to press the / key, come back here. I'm going to come down here and just switch this to a node editor very quickly. So over here on the materials, we already have one on it. I'm going to click the minus. I'm going to click new and click in here and just rename this to concrete base. Press enter, and if I zoom in here, I'm going to select the diffuse material, just press delete. Again, shift A, I'm going to add the principal, the BSDF, plug that in there. Now I'm going to use the Node Wrangler add-on. So if I press Ctrl Shift T, I'm going to come to my folder where I exported my maps. I'm going to select them all because Blender is going to do that for me, so I can just add this. Okay, and as you can see, they come in there and Blender has arranged all the nodes in the right places. Okay, so nice and simple. And you can go in and you can have a look at what it's done. Okay, so it's added a couple of converters. So it's actually added a bump map and it's ran through the normal, added a subtract and a multiply for the displacement. Okay, so nice and simple method of adding material. Okay, but otherwise that's going to do it for this one.